Hi everyone, and welcome to this review note. In this clip, we're going to be installing a Belden modular jack on a Cat6 cable using a quick termination tool. To complete this task, you will need Cat6 solid core cable, a connector, side cutters, a wire stripper, and the termination tool. We start with preparing the cable. First, we strip off the outer jacket. Then we cut off the reinforcement fibers. And finally, we arrange the cables in the right order. Cable order is determined by the connector and by the wiring standard we are using, either TIA 568A or 568B. In our case, we'll use 568A. Remember that twisted pair cables have 4 pairs colored green, orange, blue, and brown, and that each pair has a conductor with a solid color jacket and a corresponding conductor with a white jacket and a colored stripe. The way we typically identify a striped conductor is white followed by the stripe color. For example, with the white conductor and the blue stripe, we would call that white-blue. To determine the cable order, we look at the connector. All connectors identify the correct order for terminating the cable. A few things to note here. The top group of symbols represents the wiring order for TIA 568A, while the bottom group represents the wiring order for TIA 568B. There are 8 symbols in each group, 1 for each conductor. The symbol is positioned relative to the pins in the connector. For each color pair, there's a rectangular block and a triangle. The rectangle indicates the solid color conductor, while the triangle indicates the striped conductor. Highlighted here is the blue conductor on the left and the white-blue conductor on the right. The horn also plays a big role in conductor position. Note that there are 4 holes from left to right. Each pair of conductors goes through one of the holes. The first and third holes are for the top row of pins, blue and green, and the second and fourth holes are for the bottom row of pins, brown and orange. Knowing this, our next step is to insert the conductors through the correct holes and bend the pairs into the slots in the horn. Note that we do not untwist the pairs when inserting them. The next step is to insert the horn and conductors into the connector. The horn will snap into place. And now to place the conductors into the correct slots to allow termination. Gently untwist the pair a little and pull the conductors into the appropriate slots. You will end up with something like this. Then you do the same with the other 3 pairs. And when finished, your connector should look something like this. The next step is terminating the cable to the connector. Looking at the end of the terminating tool, you can see a graphic that indicates the orientation of the connector. Insert the connector, squeeze the handle to terminate and trim the conductors, pull off the trimmed conductors, and lift and remove the terminated assembly from the tool. And that's it. Hopefully this video was helpful for you, and we'll see you next time.